we were left with no gym.
No gym.
We were gonna find ways to win, you know.
Let it go, dogs. We're definitely not close. Definitely ended up on some bad terms. But you know, we're both happy in our own I mean, it's like, you know, it's do I think that the relationship could ever be what it was? I don't think so, but I mean, I think we can be cordial. You know, it's like it's like a weird thing, you know. It's like he's happier there, I'm happier here. I don't think there's even like a real reason for us to ever become like, you know, very close friends again. But you know, I think there's a chance that in the future down the line, you know, we could be cordial and, you know, look past what happened.
Yeah, I mean, you guys all live in Austin, Texas, so I've been to Austin once. I'm not sure it's so big that like you don't run into each other at all. But whatever happened, like, are the gyms completely on separate sides of the world? And was there ever any truth to Danaher saying that their gym was stolen and this and that?
I don't really think that's the case. I mean, with they're actually, so Austin is pretty big. I mean, I don't know, where are you from?
I'm from Virginia.
Virginia. Okay, so like, I mean, most cities, all right, we'll say most like towns, right? Most towns, you drive like 10 minutes in one direction, you're out of the town. Even 10 minutes might be a lot, right? It's like in Austin, you're driving 45 minutes. Like, so I drive to get to my Muay Thai gym, Ambush Muay Thai, which is up north. I live South Austin. I have to drive 45 minutes, right? And I'm still in Austin. So it's a huge, you know, it's a huge place. So I've never actually run into them, into like New Wave, besides somewhere where we'll both be like a WNO.
Yeah.
That's really the only time that I've ran into any of the guys. I've never seen them at like a, you know, a Whole Foods or like, you know, anywhere. Granted, I don't do much, you know. I train, I go home, I train again, I go home. There's really very limited amount of places that I could even run into them with. Yeah, I've never ran into them. But as to go back to the stealing of the gym thing,
Sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to say, don't forget to like this video if you are enjoying, of course. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. There's going to be more content like this coming up. All right, back to the video.
I don't think that's true at all. So, yeah, what had happened was, Craig initially wanted to leave Puerto Rico. He hated Puerto Rico first, actually. So within 30 days, he hated it, right? So the first guy that never liked it. Then Seth was training with us. Seth is one of the co-owners of B Team right now. Seth actually had a gym, Gracie Humaita, that was located inside, you know, where B Team is now. That's where it was, right? There was some partnership issues there. His gym, you know, that guy ended up leaving. So basically, Seth had this turnkey operation where there was mats, wall mats, beautiful location, whatever. You know, everything was already done. He just needed a jiu-jitsu gym to go in there. So basically, he goes to Craig and he's like, "Hey, Craig, you know," because Seth and Craig were close, right? Or Seth just, you know, felt closer to Craig, so, you know, they were friends. And he's like, "Hey, you know, I know you don't like Puerto Rico. If you want, why don't you just get out of here and then go to Austin?" So then Craig brought it to you know, John, and said, "Hey, John, like, you know, Seth said that there's this operation that we can have, like, or that I can have. It's like, why don't we just all move out of Puerto Rico, because everybody's starting to not like it." That's basically what started to happen. And then so John was like, "Oh, that's a good idea." And then basically that there was like some division that was starting to happen, and the there was like a conversation that had happened that didn't involve, you know, all the guys. I think it was more so between Gordon and John, where like the idea was that Gordon and John were going to open up the gym inside Seth's place, but then give it a year, they would open up a mega gym with all the, you know, the big athletes, because it was supposed to be like a gym between Gordon, John, Gary, Nicky Ryan, Nicky Rod, Craig Jones. It was supposed to be like a big operation, a big mega gym. And then I think Gordon and John were like, we're going to open up a temporary spot inside Seth's gym until we find a mega gym. And then Craig, you know, really didn't like that. He was like, well, what are you talking about? Like, why would we do that? Why don't we just do the same thing that we were going to do before? And there were some issues that were happening amongst other guys in the gym. So then the team started to split, right? So the split happened, and Seth was the one that brought it to Craig, right? Because it's Seth's gym. And Seth felt comfortable working with Craig. He doesn't really have that relationship with John and Gordon.
Yeah.
So then it just made sense for, you know, if Craig wanted to open up the gym, that it went to Craig, because that's initially how it happened. It only, like, John and Gordon only had like kind of access to the gym because Craig had been like, was like, hey, we can get out of Austin. So I don't think it was I don't think it was a stealing thing. I mean, maybe they think of it like that, but I definitely don't think it was like something like that.